What's up?
Hi,
Eric?
Mikey.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome.
Now, we're week 2 back, and we came back. Hopefully, we have some viewers right away because we are on a different night. Sorry, y'all. Had a wedding I got to get to for a good friend.
Yeah.
Daughter. Gonna go down to the
Go
coast,
down to the
San Juan
coast.
Capistrano, hang out. So hopefully we'll go from the 90s to the 70s. So that'll be nice. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. You know, life is just rolling down the tracks.
Life is.
The good thing is I'm not in front of the train. I'm like 2 cabooses back.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time where, you know, you were on the tracks and now we're rolling, we're gliding, moving forward.
Okay.
I mean,
moving forward's good.
Moving forward is good because we can sit here and rant about a lot of negative stuff, but we're not because we're positive people.
We definitely could. We're positive people.
We are positive.
Meanwhile, I got Grumpy Care Bear on my arm.
That's fine. It's just it's a phase. It's a section of our life that.
It's a phase.
Hello.
One of the security coming to see you.
Security's like, who you?
Who are you talking to?
Who's
buddy?
you, bro?
Yeah.
Want my bone?
She knows. She's waiting for paparazzi to come.
Yeah.
So
oh,
paparazzi's not here.
The kids miss mama.
Yep. So what's been going on this week, buddy?
You know, we have our biannual bid at work, which it's funny because, you know, when we were new, you just get put somewhere and you deal with it.
You didn't get a choice.
And you don't get a choice. Start time days off. Yeah. Hey, this is where you're going to be for the next 6 months.
Right.
And now that I've got a little seniority, I'm maybe just cracked half.
Right.
I mean, there's 407 drivers. I'm 155. So a little bit above half. And it doesn't get easier at all because you're like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at. So.
Well, and it doesn't help when policies change and
I mean, and that's the rant that we're trying not to have.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay because we know more than our bosses because we do it every day. And that's the hard thing to deal with is we're in a spot where it seems like they don't want to listen to us. But hey,
for all those that are out there as a leader, I need you to look up the term servant leader. Servant leader. Those are some of the best leaders sometimes because they understand that they're there to listen to the people that they're serving, you know, the people that work with them.
There's a difference between a boss and a leader. A boss tells you what to do. A leader will listen to what needs to get done.
Well, and they'll delegate.
Yeah.
And they'll know how to get things.
I mean, literally just popped up. It's like the best leader is not the one that knows everything. He just gets a lot. They just bring people together and delegate.
I'll tell you, my best leader ever was at my old company that I worked at for quite a few years. She was amazing, and she knew how to take the strengths of somebody on the team and move it around so that everybody could feel the weight of that person's strength in that category. And she was just phenomenal at doing that. And she could also get on me and I would be like, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah. And she'd give you good feedback.
Well, props to her.
No, that's hence why we're still friends.
Would she like to run a grocery company?
A grocery distribution company.
A grocery distribution company. Just saying, I could probably sneak an application in or something.
There you go. She probably do it very well. And she can hang with all the truckers.
Hey, let's get it done.
She's born in Boston.
It's Boston.
Every once in a while, when you hear her get mad, you hear that "Pack that car."
Get the pack the car.
She'd kick my if she heard me talking about her. That's why I haven't said her name.
Oh, that's all right.
Kick my rear. Anything else going on, buddy? Anything you got coming up?
No. Do I?
Vacations are all behind us. I mean, I have this wedding.
You have a wedding. We have a vacation scheduled for September.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that's too far
for the
away.
Birthday.
Well, no, that's remember our September, the one we always go up the coast on.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, it's not going to go up the coast this year, and I'm kind of bummed.
You're going to a concert in Paso or something.
No, that was before when you got
that
COVID.
Was during COVID, and when I got sick. That was last year.
That was last year.
I know. I'm coming on Counting my year anniversary of
almost dying.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yay.
The rebirth of
How exciting. Hence why we're doing everything to change our health and.
That's good. You are. Hey, I can tell.
Literally out there, swimming 3 times a day.
That's beautiful. You want to go? Let's go right now.
Walking. Go right now.
Let's go.
take the no. We got a great guy on
man, I
waiting
can't
in the
wait.
green room.
I know. I need to be quiet so we can get to it because this is
it's
epic.
Not you have to be quiet. Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Yeah. I feel bad because I left my book and I want to thumb through it because I'm looking at yours, but I know. But I don't want to.
Bang. You'll be the one responsible for showing it on camera when we talk about it. Not right now. Not right now. Don't give the secrets because we want our guests to talk about. See, don't show the Marine Corps emblem there. Beautiful emblem. All right. How you doing? I'm actually doing great. Good. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting away into cooler weather.
I do have a question because it was being put together last week when I arrived. I need to know how the high school football camping trip weekend went.
Oh, it went. I mean, from everything he said, everything went great.
Did he catch fish without a fishing pole?
So, only like apparently, one person caught fish or something. I don't. He was very all over the place. I don't think he caught anything. There was a couple things he was mad about and upset about, but he had a blast. He is at practice tonight. Is helmets and shells. Last 2 nights were helmets. Now they're helmets and shells.
America loves football, baby.
There you go. So, all right, let's roll into our intro. Since I'm doing things right tonight,
can't wait.
I gotta actually do it the right way. Let's listen to a little Scotty Hastings.
Yeah, the times and places they may change, but one thing stays the same. The stories that they tell about going through hell. If you think they wouldn't do it all over again, well, you just don't know them. The memories that they own of the ones who didn't make it home, sure do miss them, but they keep them all living in the stories that they tell.
Man, I could just play that over and over and over. Love that song. So let's get into it. Our guest today was actually he made a little pop-in appearance on our American Veterans First show, and I think it just kind of threw us in the atmosphere because we were like mind blown when he started telling his story. Like, wait, what are you? What?
Like, who is you?
Yeah. And then we literally had to chase our tail, so we were able to get his card and able to follow up with him. So would love to bring on none other than Mr. Rudy Molina. What's up, Mr. Rudy Molina? How you doing?
How you guys doing? Rick and Mike. Good to see you again.
We are so excited to have you on. You are in visiting us from Texas this evening, right?
From El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas. Baby. Last time we talked to you, were in Riverbank, California. So he is a man of the world, right?
Right.
And as everybody can see, Marine Corps veteran, hoorah. I just love me the Marine.
7, I believe he said.
Well, yeah, jumping ahead again, huh?
Okay.
I did it during the non-recorded time. It's all
okay.
good.
I was just saying.
So, Rudy, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good.
Thank you, sir. And I asked earlier, but Beatrice is doing well. Your wife?
She's doing well as well.
That's awesome. So we have a lot to discuss. Rudy has so many different interesting things going on, or has had a lot of interesting things go on. So we need to jump right into it, right, Eric? As I know you're already jumping in.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
ready to read.
Like I already got one thing. I'm like, oh, like
he's
family
the
tree
key researcher.
Yeah. Oh man.
So Rudy, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pecos, Texas.
Pecos, Texas, and went to high school there and everything.
Yes.
Okay. And so what was the decision to join the military? What made you join the military?
Most of my friends were out of high school. They were joining the Marines because they wanted to go serve their country. So I just followed in their footsteps and went into the Marines, and I went to boot camp. After boot camp, I went to ITR, basic training, and off to Vietnam.
Okay. And boot camp was in California,
San Diego,
San Diego.
MCRD San Diego,
Yep.
and
That
then
is the
Camp
same place.
Pendleton for basic training.
Okay. Camp Pendleton was basic. And
Yes.
then what was your MOS out
My
of?
MOS was 0311, which
Okay.
is grunt.
Grunt?
I was gonna say
Grunt.
0311 is grunt. All right. So how long? So were you stationed at Pendleton? I mean, obviously you did basic training. Where did you go from Pendleton? Straight out of country, or were you
Well,
sent
I was
somewhere else?
allowed to go for 30 days home.
Okay.
And when I came back to Camp Pendleton after 30 days leave, I was shipped to Vietnam.
Wow.
Hmm.
And where were you stationed in Vietnam?
I was stationed at the mouth of the Qua Viet River. It's called Camp Kistler.
Camp Kistler. Okay. And so this is this still 67 or 68 by now?
It's 67 still.
Okay. And so the big thing that you ended up sharing with us on, the day we met you at American Veterans First was about a little movie, right?
you and that little word.
That little word, right? A movie called Born on the 4th of July, right?
That is correct.
And that's about Novak. What was his title, Captain?
That was Ron Kovac.
Ron Kovac.
Ron Kovac, yes, my squad leader in Vietnam.
Okay, so he was your squad leader. He's the one that the story was based off. Now, I will say, after we met with you, I went and watched the movie, and the whole piece that you wrote the book on, and that there's a lot of, and his piece in the book was much bigger than what the movie piece was, because the movie piece was really small, right? Of what actually happened. And I want to say it was January 20th, 1968, right?
Exactly, yes.
All right. Look at my memory's not failing me too bad yet. So,
yes.
So a lot of you have watched the movie Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise, and what Rudy has come out and said was that there was some misrepresentations of what happened during the firefight on January 20th, 1968, that ended up getting the squad leader Ron Kovac injured, and then many others, I think 13 others killed.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm reaching for the
book.
Want
it? Here.
Yeah, no, you can show it. So in order to clarify the story, Rudy took the time, and with Alex there is Adrian Miguel Nunez helped him write Rudy's story on what actually happened that day, because Mr. Kovac, I don't know why I keep saying that. Kovac said some things didn't happen the way they did, right? I know he was shot in the back, he was shot in the ankle, and in the shoulder.
He was first shot in the ankle.
Okay.
And after that, he was shot again in the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and that bullet severed his spinal cord.
Okay.
Once it severed his spinal cord, he was paralyzed from the chest down.
Right. Which you see, just a glimpse of in the movie. Obviously, he goes into, but then where the story kind of goes left on his version is how he was saved. He said that his squad left him, which was none of the truth, right?
Not true.
Exactly. We didn't abandon him, but you have to figure that Ron Kovac was severely wounded.
Mm-hmm.
He was near death. His eyes were rolling in the back of his head. No telling what kind of demons he was seeing. So maybe this is what he thought. He saw that everybody had abandoned him and left him alone out there in the open.
He might have been going.
I was with him the whole time, and we didn't abandon him. I hadn't been wounded, so I had all my senses. to where Ron Kovic, he didn't have all his senses. He was delirious, and like I said, he was near death when I was with him, and I passed him up both both times that he was wounded.
Right. And I believe from the story, the true story is that another soldier, another Marine, actually went to save him, and as he was trying to save him, he was shot and killed. Right.
Right.
And then you guys, the firefight went on, and at that point, then you ended up getting involved while you guys were all taking heavy fire.
Exactly.
And so, do you want to tell a little bit about, why it's called 13 Unsung Heroes, so everybody understands? We can do the abbreviated version.
I titled my book "The 13 Unsung Heroes" because I wanted to give them recognition. I wanted to be their voice. With Ron Kovic's book, he didn't even mention any of the 13 Marines that died coming to help us when we were out in the open. So I wanted their families to know that their sons, their boyfriends, their brothers were not cowards running away from battle. In fact, I consider each one of them heroes because they gave their lives trying to save us when we were pinned down out in the open.
Mm-hmm. And you are the one that ended up picking him up and carrying him out, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't pick up Ron Kovic. I drug him because we were pinned down. We couldn't get up.
Right.
So I drug him to a small mound to keep from getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else, one of the other Marines, when reinforcements came and picked him up and took him away. His name is John Keaveney. He's the one that threw him over his shoulder and took him to safety.
Wow. I mean, I couldn't imagine living through that. I mean, just taking gunfire. You got your Marines dropping all around you. These are guys that you've spent time with. These have become your friends, and now we see why a lot of the time. First off, thank you for sharing your story, because not a lot of Vietnam vets share the story, and I understand why you had to share this one. You had a question, Eric, didn't you?
No.
No.
No, I found the bios of the 13 Marines that were killed there.
So actually, let's talk about that. So the book 13 Unsung Heroes is actually available on Amazon along with multiple other stores. It does say written by Adrian Miguel Nunez, but it is the story. Once the minute you open it up, it is Rudy Molina's story on what really happened on January 20th, 1968 in Vietnam. So and for anybody that wants to research anymore, you can also go on YouTube, and there is actually a video where Rudy meets with Ron and
tries to question.
Well, he questions him, and he says, no, this guy's, he said Rudy was a hero.
Yeah.
And is one of the people that helped him get out. So because as you watch the movie, Ron changed, his whole philosophy changed.
Yeah.
So Rudy, once, we go through this, did you end up getting injured at all during
I was never wounded.
Wow. Now, how many tours did you do?
I did 2 tours in Vietnam.
Okay. And was it, because I believe my dad's were 9 months each.
Well, with the Marines, it was 13 months. With the Army, it was 12 months, but I only did 8 months my second tour because they were starting to bring back the troops from Vietnam. They were withdrawing.
Okay. Yeah, because
I didn't do my whole tour, my second tour.
From everything I read, going through all my dad's documents and everything, it looked like he did 2 tours for 18 months. So I guess I just assumed maybe the one was maybe longer than the other.
There's an excerpt that I wanted to do in the book here. And it says, in Vietnam, you served 13 months of duty. When you reach your 6-month mark, you'd get to go on an R&R for a whole week. Married men flew to Hawaii to meet up with their wives. It was like the halfway point. Single men would go to Bangkok or Australia.
Oh, so where'd
a
you
whole
go?
week after 6
Bangkok?
months.
I went to Bangkok for my 7-day R&R.
Oh, that was probably beautiful back then before it's gotten ruined by
Yes.
tourists.
Yeah. The last sentence of that paragraph goes, I was hoping for a little week of fun. It didn't disappoint.
So you had some fun, huh?
I did have a lot of fun. Yes.
No getting sick from food or drink.
No.
Any fights? Come on, you're a Marine.
It was hard coming back to Vietnam after my
bet.
7-day was over.
Well, just going from that tranquility to
I know.
just
Back to the jungles of Vietnam.
just a
You got a
literal
job to
hell
do.
on earth,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yes.
I the mental, like, just even, you guys going to bed every night. I mean, we take so many things for granted, right? And it's you're constantly under pressure, especially while you're during a conflict like that, and what you guys were dealing with, man. I don't even understand.
I hope I don't say the river. It was Kua Ve. Is it Viet? Kua Vet River?
Qua Viet.
Okay, I know I was going to scream. Kua Viet. Okay.
Now, I remember when we talked to you the last time and we had some pictures with you went back to recognize some of your fallen friend or one of your fallen friends.
I went back. I volunteered to go back to Vietnam because I wanted to avenge my friend's death. Steve Sarosi was killed over there during the Battle of My Loc on January 20th, 1968. When I came back, I had the survivor's guilt. So I felt like I hadn't done enough to avenge my friend's death. So I wanted to go back and do this to avenge his death, Steve Sarosi.
One, and from what I remember when we talked to you last time, you couldn't enlist back into the Marines. You had to go into the Army, right? Because
Right.
they were letting you go straight through to
Right.
Vietnam. Because
Right.
I mean, how many people
you have
back
a pass,
then?
basically.
Yeah,
You've already been over there, so hey, we're going to streamline you.
yeah,
basically.
but the Marines wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
They couldn't guarantee him,
Right.
Is
They
what
couldn't
you said.
guarantee me. And when I went to the Army recruiter, I asked them specifically that I wanted to go back to Vietnam, and that was my condition, that I go back to Vietnam if I joined the Army. And he said, no problem.
Yeah.
Sign here. So
I mean,
yeah.
who in the world was saying
You probably
send
could've-
me to Vietnam?
You probably could have flew the airplane if you really wanted
You
to.
probably could have. They needed the help, right?
I do want to say something about your friend and fellow Marine, Private First Class, or I'm sorry, Private First Class Steve Sarosi was born August 9th, 1947 in Fairview Park, Ohio.
Right.
And he was KIA January 20th, 1968.
Right.
I don't know if this is going to come across, but
Yes.
Which one is it?
that's
Bottom
right
corner.
there, yeah.
All right.
So I hope everyone goes out and buys this book.
When
Yeah.
when I went back to Vietnam in March of 2017, I took a plaque with me and laid it right there in the same spot where Steve Sarosi was KIA.
The tree was a tree, right? Was right next to the
Yes.
tree. Yeah.
What, it was
Right
a
next
tree,
to a
and
tree.
wasn't the tree
That's-
by the river too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember the picture. So did you see him too that day? I mean, did you see that happen, or you seen his body, or?
I didn't see him get shot, but I saw him being carried away. I
Okay.
saw that his guts were hanging off of the where he was being carried on, off
Wow.
of the stretcher.
Yeah.
And, just the things that you've seen, Rudy, and the fact that you just went back and said, well, I got to do it again because I'm going to avenge him. Now, how long were you in country the second time?
I was there 8 months, my second tour.
Okay. And then did you end up staying in the army for a couple years
Until
or?
1974, I did 3 years in the army.
Okay. Wow.
Um,
What'd you finish up with once you came back in country? Where were you stationed?
I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas.
Oh, okay. We had Rachel was Fort Hood, Marchbanks, yeah. Much later, but so Rudy, when you came back, we all like everyone knows, Vietnam veterans were not greeted the way our service men and women are greeted now, right? You were not celebrated. You were blasted. You were just everything was terrible, right? How did things go for you when you came back?
When I came back from Vietnam, both times, we didn't have a warm welcome like
Right.
the veterans today when they come back from the Iraq War, the Afghanistan War, and all these other present day wars. We were not welcome. We were we were spat at. We were called baby killers and a bunch of other names that I can't mention in the air. So
Now, what was your like once, obviously that was all hard to deal with. How was your mentality? People didn't know what PTSD was then. There was no such thing then. There was such thing as it was happening, but there wasn't a label to it. How are you doing when you came back in country yourself?
it was hard trying to deal with that sort of rejection from my own people here in the United States. I would be ashamed, like, to wear my uniform in public, and it was hard because of the rejection by my own people here in the United States.
That's funny that you. Well, I want to retract that word. It's ironic that you just talked about PTSD. I just flipped to this page and I was going to share the quote from Tom Glenn. PTSD isn't a disease. It's not. It's not a disease. It's a wound to the soul that never heals. You can live every day with it, but it never leaves you. It never leaves you. So we had another guest before we talked about PTSD, and he hates to say the D part because it's not a disease.
Right. Disorder.
Disorder.
Yeah. No,
disease.
I got you.
It's not a disease.
And what's crazy is if you read that they're saying 50% of people right now are dealing with a form of PTSD. We couldn't even fathom the PTSD that somebody like Rudy dealt with going through a firefight on January 20th, 1968. And that's not his only day doing it.
And he just saw his best friend, and like he said, his guts were hanging out. I mean, that's the traumatic part of it. And that's the part whenever you come back, you're thinking, hey, I went to war, I fought for this country, and now they're treating us like crap.
Right.
Like that, and like you said, that in itself is post-traumatic.
Right.
That just it.
Now you come back, you're on Fort Hood. So what was did your MOS change or?
No, my MOS was 11 Bravo, which is actually a grunt as well.
Right.
It's called 11 Bravo 40.
Okay.
Which is a grunt as well.
So being a grunt, you kind of, when you're back in country, you don't have a job anymore. I mean, other than training for the possibility of going again. But what did you end up doing for the time you were back?
I end up driving a truck.
For the Army?
Yes, right after the Army.
Okay.
I was a truck driver.
Eric likes that. I did forget to say we've been talking about the 13 Unsung Heroes book. Rudy does have a page because it is going to lead into our topics.
Yeah.
Because they discuss that on this page. So if you're on Facebook, and Rudy will share your page on our page as well. But make sure you go to the 13 Unsung Heroes Facebook page, because there's some great videos on what we're going to talk about, and some great veterans and people like Rudy doing some amazing, trying to do some amazing things for some of his veteran counterparts. So,
and by all means, share, whatever you need to use from us, go ahead and share it and send it out there. And, we're here for you guys if whatever you need.
So when did we meet Beatrice?
It was in, I think it was May, when we were visiting Duke Cooper there at American Veterans First.
Oh, okay. So you guys just recently.
Yeah, just recently.
Okay.
You guys were there, and you decided to interview me. That was in May.
Right. All right. So you became a truck driver. Where's life take you after Fort Hood and truck driving? Where do you guys end up?
Well, after that, I joined the Border Patrol.
Oh, okay. In Texas?
No, in California. I started in California, and then I ended up working the port of entries here in Texas.
Okay. Nice. And I didn't hear, do you guys have any kids?
With Beatrice and I don't have kids. We have kids from different marriages.
Okay. So you have some kids?
Yes, I got 3 kids and she's got 3.
Oh, got the Brady Bunch, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Does the male female quotient work exactly like Brady Bunch, or no?
3 boys, 3 girls.
Somewhat. All right, we're almost there. All right, so let's jump over into what you are doing now, right? We've definitely talked about the book. We've talked about what you dealt with that day. Let's talk about what you're doing now, right? And if you want to give a little example of what you're working on now for your fellow veterans.
Well, being that I'm here in El Paso, Texas, as you know, El Paso, Texas is right next door to Mexico, which is Juarez, Mexico. And I'm working with a organization with her name is Lori Lai, and she's got the organization. It's called All Relations United, and she's
All Relations
United, and she's the director of that organization. That organization helps deported veterans. So when I heard about this organization, I joined this organization because I wanted to help my deported veterans in Juarez.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been really involved in helping in any way I can to bring supplies, bring care packages, bring clothes, towels, toothbrushes, toothpaste to our deported veterans in Juarez.
Okay. Now, Rudy, I want to jump into how you found out about this, but we do need to take a commercial because we got quote unquote pay the bills. So we're gonna take a quick commercial, and then it's about 35 seconds or so, and then we'll come back to you and we're gonna finish up with this story of our deported veterans and what's being done.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Be right back.
Okay.
Now for our sponsor, Tamara Polito with the Finance Group, where they're creating a future where everyone has access to the loan and home they love. Whether you're a veteran, law enforcement, a first-time home buyer, you're up or downsizing, or even if you need to just refinance, our community deserves proficiency and expertise. Better rates, faster close, welcome home. Tamara Polito, NMLS 1655776. Again, that's Tamara Polito, and her phone number is 209-204-3795. All right.
Thank you, Tamara.
Yes, thank you, Tamara.
Thank you.
All right, we are here with Rudy Molina, author of 13 Unsung Heroes, and now we were just going to jump into his new adventure, where he is helping some of our veterans that have been deported to Mexico, which is I just putting that sentence "veterans deported to Mexico" just kills
Unfathomable.
it just kills me. So
Yeah.
how did you get involved with this? How did you find out that this was happening? Is it through family, through friends?
There was a an event in Columbus, New Mexico. This event was an event of Pancho Villa. Uh, and when I went to this event in Columbus, New Mexico, I met Lori Lai there.
Okay.
And she was telling me about her organization and what her organization does. And she's out of Las Cruces,
Hmm.
New Mexico. So I told Lori during that meeting in Columbus, New Mexico, that I was a veteran. I was a two-tour Vietnam veteran. That I wanted to do volunteer work so that I could also help my comrades
Fellow.
in arms in that have been deported to Mexico. So that's how I got involved with this organization through Lori Lai.
Okay. And so I want to you sent us a couple pictures, so let's just go ahead and bring them in. So are these posters, are they in Juarez right now?
No, this that mural that you see there, that's in Las Cruces, New Mexico. That mural was painted on the side of a building, and it shows the picture of the only one guy that was able to come back to the United States. His name is Ivan Ocon. He beat his case and he became an American citizen, so they did this mural in his honor. So he's pictured there with his daughter.
Oh
And
wow.
then it's right to the right of his picture, you have a list of all the veterans that have died in exile in Mexico because they can't get any medical help from the VA. So they're dying like crazy over there because they don't have any medical attention over there.
Wow. So let's go back, and yeah, we talked about this a little bit when we were meeting with you in the green room. And so what's going on is, and these are veterans from all ages, right?
They have veterans from Vietnam, and they also have veterans from the Iraq and Afghanistan
So
war.
so I were they for the Iraq and Afghanistan? Do you know if they were told the same thing? Because we ended up hearing that in Vietnam, these guys, they were here doing things the way they were supposed to, right? You said they had their visa,
Yes, they had their green cards.
green, so they had their green cards, and they were here legally, and then they were drafted for Vietnam. And at the time, they were told that basically, you end up fighting for your country, you're going to become a citizen.
Exactly. But they weren't here illegally. They were here legally.
No, that's why I said they were
Yeah.
here legally. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they were here legally. Sorry,
Right.
I don't. I want to make that very clear that they were here. They were here in the right. They were here legally,
Right. They were here
uh,
legally.
and they were drafted while they were here legally. They went to war while they were here legally, and then we've deported them. So when did especially some of these Vietnam veterans, when were, like Ivan, for example, when was he deported?
He was deported. He had been in deportation for, I believe, 6 years.
Okay.
And there were some students from Yale University, law students, that heard about his case. They took his case and they beat his case. So he was able to come back to the United States and become a U.S. citizen.
Now, do you know if the Iraqi and Afghanistan, these guys at this point, these guys weren't even drafted. They voluntarily signed up.
Some were drafted, some were signed up for to go fight for this country.
So here's a gentleman. I'm rolling through an NPR report. Felipe de Jesus Perez, 36-year-old veteran of the Iraq War. Right, he got deported. He lived in he got deported to Ensenada, and like he's saying, he's just trying to get benefits. Edwin Salgado, 37, Iraq War. He was deported from Orange County here in California, down south. Wow. He's like he said, he's not trying to get back. He's just trying to get the benefits. He's just trying to get this VA and treatment. It's unbelievable.
That's you fight for your country, and then you can't even get your benefits. That's
Jack Avalos, 43, was brought to California as a baby, joined the Marines after high school, deported in 2001, deported to Mexico. Country he didn't know. He spent the rest of his life in his 20s trying to get back home.
Wow.
Spent 2 years in federal prison.
So, Rudy, you sent us a video on Ivan and the celebration of him coming out of court. Unfortunately, the videos wouldn't play well on here, so we're not able to share. Right. Now, do you have anybody that you're working with right now? Like, do you have any specific veterans that is it just the whole group?
There is a guy that I'm working with. He lives in Juarez. He's been in deportation in Juarez for 19 years since he's a Vietnam veteran. And his name is Francisco Lopez. And he had a family over here with had his kids. His wife finally divorced him. His kids abandoned him. They won't even take his calls. So he finally remarried in Juarez, and he's got a small house. He uses that small house as a headquarters for all the 28 veterans that we know of to come there. They get a meal. They take a shower. If they need to stay the night, he's got a couple of bunk beds that they can stay the night, and then they're on their way. But a lot of these veterans are out there roaming the streets with nothing. I asked one of them when I went to the funeral of this Navy veteran that died of a heart attack what he needed the most. And what he said was that they need those soups, those ramen soups.
Oh, the ramen noodles.
Ramen soups, yes, because they don't have any. They don't have anything to cook with. No pots and pans, no dishes, no nothing. So he said, if we can get ramen soups, that would be great. So,
now, do we have somewhere we can? Like, is that?
Do we have an address?
Lori Lai.
Yeah, can you? We need to get in touch with her.
Yeah,
we need to get in touch with her
and figure out how we can get them. Because everybody to ask for ramen of all things, like ramen. If you can't help and get a box of ramen for some people that fought for our country, then we're definitely missing the boat.
Yeah, they're not asking for much. They're not asking for much. All they want to do is survive from one day to the next.
Right.
That's all they want.
This would be something.
This is bigger than what we really knew.
Yeah. This would be something where if Zach Greenlee could set up a little spot, but I know he works with a certain organization, and I know he's going to Uganda, I believe, here shortly. So, wow.
Francisco, the one I'm working with in Juarez, he calls his house the Juarez bunker.
He calls his house the Juarez bunker, and then
Juarez bunker. Yes.
And then there's a Tijuana
and it's right
bunker.
there on the poster that you have posted there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Juarez bunker.
Juarez bunker.
There's a Tijuana bunker as well. Is that another person's house?
Yes.
Juarez bunker.
But this is the Juarez bunker. and he uses his house as a safe house for the other veterans that are roaming the street there. If they need a meal, they come to him. If they need a shower, they come to his house.
This is, I wonder if Jack can help us get
Facebook
in
page.
direction with like senators or, people that can help in this, because to give, and you said that it was 25
There's 28 that we
28
know of.
that you know
28,
of.
28 veterans that are out there roaming the streets of Juarez with nothing.
And that's not even counting however many more.
This is only the ones that we know of. There
Okay.
could be more that we don't know of.
Wow.
We don't know of them
I just
because they
posted
haven't
that.
reported in to Francisco.
All
But
right.
I go to Juarez maybe 2, sometimes 3 times a week to go deliver supplies to my deported veterans.
Yeah, we need to, I think this is one we can definitely get some help on and see what we can do.
There's a friend of mine in California. His name is Steve Loya, and he's been very, very generous in sending us money so we could buy food. He sent toothbrushes, toothpaste, and he sent some money the other day. And now I'm gonna go buy some soups and put together care packages for these veterans in need.
Now, Rudy, if we send you stuff, you can get it across to them, or
Yes, like I say,
Okay.
I go to Juarez 2, sometimes 3 times a week to go deliver supplies to. I take it to the Juarez bunker.
okay. And he has space for more stuff.
Huh?
I said he has space for more stuff.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you want to, do you have, obviously we know we talked about the ramen noodles. Is there other things that are needed? I mean, you just talked about
Well,
what Steve brought.
They need towels, like towels when they go to Francisco's house, and they need towels. They need socks. Anything that can be given to them. Shoes, tennis shoes or anything like that.
Okay. Sorry. I have 2 Rottweilers and hopefully they're not about to bark. I hear he's running around like he wants to make some noise. So
But,
oh, go ahead, Rudy. Sorry.
but these veterans, they're in need. And
Yeah.
one of the videos that I sent you, one of them gets really emotional because he's been over there for quite a while, and he says he's roaming the streets, and one of them was picking up cans, plastic bottles, so he can go sell, so he can get a meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do have a question. There was one Deported Veteran Support House. Hector Barajas.
Hector Barajas, he's the one that he also beat his case, but he's out of Tijuana.
Okay, that's what it is right here. Okay.
So is that the one running Tijuana bunker?
He runs the Tijuana bunker.
Okay.
And the one that runs the Juarez bunker is my friend Francisco Lopez.
Right. Now is obviously Ivan's beat his case. Is he still trying to fight for everybody else too, or trying to go enjoy
Ivan is
life?
very much involved with Lori Lee's organization, the organization called All Relations United, and they work together on helping our deported veterans in Juarez.
All right.
Dude, I want to call him right now.
You want to call Ivan?
I want to call Hector right now
and see what else Well, we still gotta. It's probably
Yeah.
cheaper. I don't know what's cheaper to send it straight to.
Well, if you have like a Venmo or if you have something that I can send you money, I will send you money right now. I will send you. We will definitely do something to get you some money.
Well, yeah, I have Venmo.
Okay. If you can text that to us or text that to the text that we had going between the three of us, send that to me and we'd
All right.
definitely help out. We can definitely post that
and then we'll work on the ramen noodles. Maybe we can talk to some local stores around here, like I was gonna say Kohl's, but I'm not gonna say Kohl's. But some of the other stores that may be able to donate, socks and shoes and towels and things like that.
Yeah.
And then does All Relations United, do they have a website or anything?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I can give you that if you want it. And they also have a bunch of video. They're on Facebook.
Okay.
It's
allrelationsunited.org, right? Or
yes.
It's
All Relations
All Relations United at allrelationsunited.org.
Yep. All right.
No, well, and they have the email. It's oneworld@allrelationsunited.org. That's their email.
And they use PayPal.
All right.
I just posted that on our Facebook too.
Thank you.
But they're on Facebook. They're on all a lot of these social medias.
Okay, we'll make sure we're going to share their pages as well. We'll be sharing yours, then we'll be sharing all theirs, and to make sure we get the word out a little more and see if we can get a little more help for you guys.
That would be greatly appreciated by these veterans. I'm seeing it firsthand of their suffering because I go and talk to each one of them and I can see their suffering.
Yeah.
Well, it's really hard to tell somebody you can't live here. You fought for our country, but now you can't live here. You fought for our country. You can't get your benefits that you're due because you fought for your country.
Yeah, exactly. You're good enough to fight for the country, but not good enough to live here, which is sad. Very, very sad.
We all make mistakes
for our country to do this to them.
It's disappointing.
No, it's very disappointing. So we're definitely going to work on it.
Yeah.
See what we can do and see if we can make contact with Lori and then figure out ways, work with you to get your stuff and help these guys out. We appreciate what you're doing though, Rudy. I mean, with everything you already have an amazing story and you're continuing that story by doing what you're doing. Well,
they're my brothers in arms. In Vietnam, you didn't care what color they were. You didn't care where they came from. You didn't care what religion they were.
Right.
It's you watch my back and I'll watch yours. Yeah. And it's what I'm doing now is what I was doing in Vietnam. I'm looking looking after my brothers in arms in Juarez.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate you. I know, I don't have any family affected, but this is you're making huge strides for people who need it. And I know we would love to change it all overnight, but I think if we continue to do these little pieces, at least we can raise these guys up, bring up, their mental status, because this isn't, you're literally being kicked to the curb.
Yeah.
And they're doing everything they can to survive, and we need to help in that.
Right.
That's just craziness. So,
yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Eric?
No, we're on a mission now.
Focus. We're focused on it. So,
yeah. Send us those links, and we'll get that. I got I got all that other stuff posted on our Facebook page on Contagion Effect on Facebook. I have a link to as it comes up right here. It's allrelationsunited.org. There's that, and we have your profile with the book. And I hope you sell 100,000 copies today off of our podcast.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Because then now he could help even more, right, Rudy?
Yeah,
exactly. We will continue to keep you informed as to our deported veterans, and
send us whatever you have, and we could definitely work together on it.
And I'll be a little like off the grid for the next couple days, but come Monday, Tuesday, then I can jump in and see what else we can do.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Rudy, is there anything? I mean, amazing story.
Yeah.
I just
again, it's another podcast where we're like, we could separate it and start and just talk about deported veterans and stuff like that. But we wanted to share your story, the 13 Unsung Heroes. I'm glad that you spoke up and you kind of cleared the air or set the story straight on some things.
What happened
January 20th, a little piece, January 20th in 1968, man, that was a bad day.
Right.
Yes.
Anything else, Rudy, that you'd like to go over or that you've been through or want to share?
No, that's about it. When I go to Juarez to see Francisco Lopez at this bunker, this Juarez bunker, I'm going to tell him about you, and
Awesome.
And I'm sure that all these veterans over there are going to be very, very appreciative of both of you guys for sharing some of their stories and everything, and any help you can give them, they would be greatly appreciated by each and every one of them.
Yeah.
And make sure you share those stories, whether it's on your Facebook, that way we can kind of watch and share
that way
on our page as well.
We'll definitely share the heck out of it, and maybe down the line even be able to get a couple guys on, to really tell their story and help out as much as we can.
Maybe next time we can have Lori and Ivan, the one that beat his case, and he can tell you the story how he beat his case.
Yeah, we can do that. We can set that up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We can set that up.
Well, Rudy, it was a true pleasure meeting you that day in May.
Legend.
And then just, like I said, mind blown with your story.
Yeah.
And then we got to rehear it, but some people may be hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Go get the 13 Unsung Heroes, Amazon, go to his Facebook page under the same name, and let's support. And then on top of that,
check out the links. Check it out.
He's doing big things for our veterans that are getting deported, which is completely sad.
Mission's never complete, right?
Absolutely. So
thank you, Rudy. Appreciate you,
Rudy,
guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you're doing continually. And, you continue to serve, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have
guys.
a wonderful evening. Tell Beatrice we said hi.
Yeah.
Okay, will do. Okay.
All righty. Talk to you later. Bye. Wow. I got a cough. Sorry. The cough's been real.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, you can sit there and listen to the stories. You get lost. I know I do. I do get lost.
You disappeared, but I see, you're
I'm doing a bunch of,
more.
I am. I'm doing a little here and there.
And then it's hard to keep, like great talk track, but it's hard to keep energy up because it's a very serious thing we're talking about.
Yeah. And for the record, I've had a lot of people come to me and be like, "Hey, you guys are just staying on the veteran." I'm like, "Yeah, we are. We're
this is the niche.
This is what we're doing, man." And the traction, if it grabs traction and takes off, it doesn't bother me. We come here once a week, and we get to talk to cool people and tell stories and help out veterans who've been deported after they've given time for the country that they served and was told, "Hey, we'll take care of you," and now they're getting deported, and we've heard guys getting shot and again having a bad day, and it's just 31 episodes of this is just not going to change. Man.
Well,
what we're doing.
I mean, how many? And I'm sure there's other military-based shows, veteran-based shows where you can talk to something. You can talk to an Afghanistan veteran, and then the next week, talk to a Vietnam veteran.
Yeah, World War II veteran.
We've had a World War II veteran. Yeah, Alan. Yeah. So it's cool. I know. Excuse me. I know the niche is very fine, but it's what is.
And I'm not trying to throw shade on anyone. I'm just like.
But here's the thing. Even like if you read anything about podcasting or doing what we're doing, like the way you have success is by being consistent, and it means your talk track needs to be kind of the same niche, right? Yeah. So niche, however you want to say the word.
Look, can the content creator
niche. So
no.
Anything else for you, buddy?
Nope. I'm glad Paparazzi made it home.
Paparazzi made it home safe and sound, so we can leave tomorrow.
Yay!
Security's going to their hotel.
Oh boy! Little resort for the security, huh?
Yeah, that way the kid can have a break. He gets to enjoy his time. Cool. No parties. He already tried telling his older brother, "I'm having a party," and he's like. Cody's like, with all those cameras, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun weekend, buddy.
Good. So well, I'm glad you guys will be safe and have fun and send me pictures and all that good stuff.
Send you pictures.
I ain't working this weekend. No. I'm off.
What are you guys doing? No plans?
I don't care what we're doing. We're just gonna go do it. I don't know. I'm sure we got
do nothing and enjoy that.
Well, no, we're gonna go out and do something. We went to the movies the other night.
Yeah.
I was told we're going to go to the movies, so we went out to the movies. And
what movie?
Where the butterflies fly or something?
What is that?
The butterflies. Shot is rolling right now. She does. It's not. It's the where the crawdads sing.
Where the craw? What?
Yeah. Well, they had butterflies. They had fireflies in it. They had fireflies in the movie.
Was this a love story?
No, actually, it was. Well, it got to be it, but it was about an abandoned kid whose dad beat the whole family.
Okay, I gotta find this title. I've never.
You haven't heard it yet?
No, because we went to the movies last week, but we saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, so I still haven't seen Top Gun. So apparently, we're going this weekend.
Either of we.
Yeah, she was trying to get out. She's like, "Well, you just want to go watch Top Gun?" I'm like, "No,
come out on like Amazon Prime or something soon." Anyways,
I do not have reclining chairs like Riverbank, Galaxy. It's popcorn, bro. It's having a beer.
I know.
As soon as the lights went down and I put that recliner back, I said, "Yeah, good night." Like we had the whole freaking it was all packed, right? Like I'm like, "Yeah, good night."
Literally every night right now when I get on the couch, I'm all of a sudden out.
Yeah, we had to go out. We would have fallen asleep at like freaking 5 o'clock.
Because we had all these shows we were watching, and then we finished them all, and then now it's like we started a new show that we just found. So
what are you guys watching now?
Virgin River. It's about a nurse who went from LA to like up north in California, and it's interesting. But I mean, our bigger thing is we're literally swimming like.
No, that's dope. That is dope.
3 times a day. Walk the dogs in the morning.
No, I see you working.
Last couple days we've been.
If you're looking for the Murder Mountain, the Eureka.
I've watched that.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah.
That was dope. It was cool because you actually see a Safeway truck in the movie.
I don't know why that's a important thing.
Just some random truck out there.
It's another one of those grocery distribution companies.
Yeah.
I tell you. Yep. Hey. All right, buddy.
Deuces.